edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Thursday. Not only the first day of the Valspar Championship, but the first day of March Madness.
Wow,
the morning
dude.
after our debut of MLB The Show 24. If anybody didn't catch that, a legendary gaming corner.
Legendary, dude.
That is available on the archives. And we welcome back Domac.
What's up,
from
people?
Vacation.
Yeah,
are you
dude.
recovered from the drinking in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah. I mean, Monday was tough. Monday's when I flew back, and I flew back at 7 a.m. So it was a tough fly back, but I spent the whole day sleeping. Last couple days, I've been feeling pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Ready to go. I've been rehydrating. Took some Pedialyte. Down a whole bottle of Pedialyte on Monday. Being in some electrolytes. I feel pretty good now.
Hydrating, the whole key. So many people are so stubborn with that. Oh, I hate water. Well, guess
What's
what?
wrong
Get
with you?
over it.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
really.
saying. It's just something you have to do.
Yeah.
But when I was down in Florida, it was since we had an Airbnb, and since we had to buy everything, like sometimes we just forget to buy like water. I'm gonna be honest. So there were just some days where like water was at a minimum.
Oh.
But there were some days where I did try to like keep myself hydrated. My mom was obviously making sure I was hydrated.
Yeah.
Chiming in here and there, making sure I was drinking water. So I
All
was all
right.
right. I got through it. I was fine.
Do you ever go tap water over there, Ed?
I mean, I've always been a big tap water guy. So I mean, if I did, I
Love
didn't
tap
do it.
water.
But if I did, like I wouldn't have not done it because at my house we have well water, and I'm always drinking out of the tap.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I had well water growing up.
I'm a whole tap dude.
I know Tony's big on the water in Staten Island or on Staten Island. God forbid you say it wrong.
Yeah, and then we didn't have well water, I guess, on Staten Island, dude.
But any highlights from the trip? What did you do out there?
I mean, dude, the highlight is probably the deals that they give you in Fort Lauderdale, just on the bars, like on the beach. It's just, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know how they make money. Like, one bar is like you buy one drink, you get a free shot. The next bar right after that, shots are 2 for 1. And then you go down like 2 other bars. They got a Taco Bell bar where you get spiked Baja Blast, either frozen or non-frozen, and you can order Taco Bell at the bar.
Wow.
Like, it was like the whole experience was just crazy. Because also says now that I've just turned 21, I haven't been to like real bars.
Yeah.
I've only been, fake bars that let you in with IDs. So like it was pretty sick to like learn like, like bars and like try different drinks. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, nothing like when you're first able to actually go for real. It's definitely a good experience. And I think the thing too with them like giving away shots and stuff, they probably just figure, well, you're gonna get so wasted, you're just gonna keep buying stuff so you can make a ton of money off you.
Yeah.
So I would think that's the thought there. Did you golf at all when you were there?
Dude, we were going to, but then after like a couple of days, we saw how much we were spending, and then they wanted $150 for a public course after renting too. And we were like, which is it? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I know like nicer golf courses cost more, and I understand that, but like college kids, it wasn't fitting in the budget. I'm used to the $16 Fairchild. I'm not used to this $150. So, but
yeah, it's interesting though. Like, but with golf, like obviously not to that level, but is it for you like a nicer course if instead of 16, let's say it's like 50 and it's like really nice, like for you, like is that worth it, or are you just like happy to be golfing and you'll take the deal over the nicer course?
I mean, I do prefer the nicer course. I feel like it depends on the price point, in my opinion, just because of how good I am right now. I feel like I'm not that good yet. So for me to spend anything more than $100 to go play, for me, like, yeah, the course is nice, but I don't play well enough where I feel like I would enjoy it to the fullest, because like I'll get so frustrated. So like I'll sitting there like not playing well, and I'm sitting there thinking, I paid more than $100 for this. I'm not playing well. I'm playing like shit. So like there's kind of like a medium to it, but I do enjoy the nice courses for sure over like shittier maintained courses.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Fairchild comes to mind there. But it's funny. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way where like, except like I don't mind paying whatever the greens fee is, but it has to be one of those like, and again, going back to Matthew,
go. Now we are back.
Wow. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Something with the internet connection over here.
Something with the
Sharon
internet.
already told us he's on it, so we'll hold him accountable for that. But I'm trying to. Oh yeah, we were just talking about the golf courses. Yeah. But yeah, you can't be playing a pristine course. And I know your total like golf rounds have been very limited, Tony. But is there anything for you that stands out? I don't know, like on the bachelor party you were at, or any other. I'm trying to think where else you would have really played, but. Or something a while ago.
So yeah, dude. Actually, on the bachelor party, I would say Eagles Ridge. It was called.
Okay.
Upstate. This was, I believe, Eagles
Upstate
Ridge.
Jersey.
No. Eagles Ridge.
Or New York.
I'm trying to remember. I think Eagles Ridge was the one in New York for Andy's bachelor party.
Okay.
We went up, had a house fucking somewhere, bumblefuck. But I mean, you were in the mountains, dude. I thought that was gorgeous to be in like a mountainous range. Or some of the tees, like you were high up, dude. Like you're looking at like the horizon of the sky, and you're seeing all these mountains out there, and you're like, this is sick. So I would say, surrounding territory, I guess. I mean, I've been all again, like Fairchild is dope. I mean, I don't think I haven't really played enough to, I guess, really, experience great golf courses. But I can tell the difference between, where we played at Eagles Ridge, which was about like 130, for 18. So, it was definitely expensive. But again, I saw the product on like out there on the course.
Okay, so it wasn't only the scenery, but you're saying like the grass, the greens, the tee boxes, everything was
the
like
upkeep, the cart girl coming around often, like
Yeah.
the people are hospitable and nice. Like I definitely paid for the whole experience. I got a better experience there.
And it's funny too. I feel like there's only like a couple courses like right around there that I feel like are really premium, but also it's just from, growing up here my whole life. Like I just feel like I've played, Tashua a million times, Whitney Farms a million times, actually Greens a million times. But I think like Richter Park in Danbury is probably one of the nicer courses I've played. The water on the front nine, the reservoir. You haven't played that, have you?
No, I have not.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Yeah, pretty nice. Obviously, Danbury's a little out of the way. But it's like really, really good shape. And then the Foxwoods course is probably one of the nicest in the state as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, love playing that. I've been fortunate enough to get in a tournament the last couple of years.
Hey,
nothing like a good golf tournament, honestly.
I've never played in a golf tournament yet, but
Really?
I'm eager to play soon.
Oh yeah.
I need to get into one.
Well, you were kind of in one, but
I guess I was in one. I dropped.
Well, that's a different type of tournament.
Yeah.
Rules were changing. That was a fake tournament, dude. I don't want to hear
take
it.
that fake tournament out of it, Tony. Is the only one you did the I forgot what it was called, but the one that I was going to do a couple years ago that you did with Gino. Was that the only tournament you ever did?
Yeah, the only real tournament. Yeah.
And what was your thoughts, honestly? Like, were you like, this is dope? Like,
yeah, I thought that this was freaking sick.
Keg
like
on the course?
No.
Okay, no, because a lot of tournaments, like, it's just unlimited alcohol. They didn't have free alcohol?
Yeah,
no, there was I would say there was like free, there was coolers going around, people with coolers going around for free alcohol.
Okay, so yeah, there was,
I think but there's not like kegs on the course. Like it wasn't like, it wasn't like that.
Like sometimes they'll do like at the turn, they'll have where you could fill it up and the cart girl. Like
so
that's me. Sorry.
No, and then at the turn there was like a hot dog cart, but again, like coolers, no one like there's not like spot like Two Roads wasn't there like giving out stuff.
I was more just saying like the cart
cart girl stuff like that.
It is tough too because a lot of times like the tournaments though are during the week and it's like I mean, do I really feel like having 10 beers today? On a Tuesday? I don't know.
I mean, what day don't you?
No, you just can't beat it. And then the open bar after, especially if they have a good dinner. That's
oh my god,
the one that I volunteer at, they have I forgot what hole, but I think it's somewhere around the turn. They get like a Tito's like stand, and you can get like Tito's and lemonade, I think, and it's right at the turn, so it's pretty cool. Like the Tito's lady comes out, and then it's like it's a whole tent and station and everything, so it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Tito's lady, awesome.
Huh? Yeah. But yeah, so no, definitely love a good golf tournament, and excited to probably do a couple this year. And maybe, who knows, maybe put together a downtime TV golf tournament.
That would be
that would be dope, dude.
I feel like Fairchild, we could work something out with them, no?
Yeah, definitely. We're true alumni too. Like, and I've grad program used to go there, a lot of Vazzies. We know the people there. So hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll figure something out in that regard for sure. Internet
Internet's
honestly,
out again for you?
No. I guess it is okay. It is okay. I was just gonna update everybody. Obviously, like I
Valspar?
said, the Valspar is underway right now. Davis Riley, co-leading with Cam Young. They both have played 5 holes, and both are 3 under par. And in tied for third, you have Sam Burns, Christian Besenhot, Adam Svensson, Aaron Badley, all 2 under. Besenhot through 8, Burns through 5, the 2-time champ. Svensson through 4, Badley through 2. And then I have a head-to-head with Eric Cole and Keegan Bradley. Keegan, I think, is about a 1:30 tee time this afternoon. So I need him to defeat Eric Cole.
Wow.
Who last I checked, okay, I think he picked up a bogey in this updated.
You're loving these head-to-head bets, huh?
Love them. 7 holes he's even. Because I just feel like, okay, you do top 10, you do to win, even top 20. It's so hard to nail that down. But when it's just one guy, and they give you like 15, 20 matchups, like, but the key is only doing one, because I've tried to do like 3 a week, and it's like you usually at best will go 2-1, but most likely it's 1-2 or 0-3. So you just do one. And I think too, Keegan's due. We talked about that the other day.
Yes, we did.
So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I think scoring here will be somewhat limited. I don't think we're gonna see anybody shoot like 63 today. This is definitely a challenging course. And we were just talking about this pre-show, Domac. When you go there, are you going to play that course, or you're not sure?
Yeah. So my dad was telling me we're going to, I think we get there Wednesday. I think we're playing Copperhead Wednesday.
Okay.
So to my knowledge, there's 3 or 4 courses there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Copperhead, there's an island course, and then there's a 3rd course.
Okay. And you're going to do all 3?
Yeah, we're going to try and do all 3. So
That's
I guess
awesome.
what you do is when you go down there, I guess you can get a package.
Oh, okay.
So like you buy a package of, I assume how many rounds you want to play during however long you're down there for. And then they kind of put you you give them your preferences and they put you where you want. So like I knew that he was telling me that I guess on Wednesday, like the island course or something like that, like some days are closed. So like depending on like what's going on, like you might get unlucky. We got lucky this year, we're able to play most of them, but like sometimes you might get unlucky when you go down there. If the course is like one of the courses is closed, like let's say Copperhead, the one they're playing on this week, is closed.
Like for reseeding.
Yeah, that you can't plan it the whole time you're down there, which is kind of a bummer. But we got lucky, and I'm pretty sure we're able to play all the courses, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And like you were saying, having the stand still set up when you're out there, that's ridiculous. It's
it'll be really cool to look at. Yeah.
In a PGA Tour event, and I just can't wait to go back to Arizona. Like next couple of years, I think we're definitely doing that, Tony. No,
I'm down. Never been.
No, you're gonna think ridiculous. And I feel like Michael too. The scenery, the mountains, you'll really be able to absorb it.
Let's do it, dude.
Let's go
to Tempe.
And then you really can't beat a nice Airbnb too with the pool.
We got that in Fort Lauderdale. The pool is crucial.
Yeah. Was it like 70s, 80s every day? Yeah,
dude. Every day was at least 75. I think every day was 80.
Wow.
I think on Friday it got up to like 85. UV was at like a 9. I was trying to get a tan going.
Wow.
The weather was phenomenal down there.
Yeah. Fort Lauderdale is pretty dope. That's for sure. So yeah, we're early on here. I got the coverage going on my phone, so I'll kind of update everybody as we move along. And I did mention too. Oh, actually, we didn't get to any comments. I forgot.
Not one comment.
So let's get to those. Go ahead.
Yeah, excuses, dude. It's okay. Of course, we have the usual suspects. Matthew Gabriel almost said Matthew Ryan there. Longing for him, dude. Gabriel says, yes, dude. Then he hits us with a big ass. Let's go, dude. He says, hey, Domac, he says, look at you, dude. Great gaming corner last night. He goes, oh, you were down in Florida. What'd you do down there, dude? Did you gamble?
I did first night gamble, 250 down the drain.
Bang, dude, just like that.
Is it the Hard Rock?
Yeah, so we went to the Hard Rock. So I've been there before with like when I gone down there with family, and I've seen it before. Great casino. I think I know it's a little newer. It looks sick. The guitar, it's like the hotel shaped like a guitar.
Okay,
yeah,
I haven't been to that one. I went to the one in Tampa.
So cool. So I went there.
Huge, like
big dude, huge, dude.
Tables packed or?
When we went, it wasn't terrible. Well, I mean, there was definitely a lot of people in there for sure still, but since we landed on a Wednesday, it wasn't as busy. And after I lost the 250, I never made it back. But
and is that blackjack?
So I mean, I played a little bit of blackjack, and I love to play craps, and I played a little bit of craps, but that ended real quick. So
well, and I feel like too, like, especially because I guess it depends when you go, but like sometimes, especially like the blackjack, it's like $25 hands or something. So $250 to play multiple games like that. I mean, tough to like get by with that.
I know. I mean, I was playing for a little bit. I mean, I was content, you know what I'm saying? I went there, I gambled a little bit. Like I was willing to lose that kind of money, but the only thing me and my buddy were kind of tight about was we forgot our cash, right? So we go to the ATM and we're thinking like it's like a $10 charge.
Oh,
so we're taking out like $250 each. So we go to take out $500, and we had to cough up like $50 for the ATM fee.
That's tough.
And I'm like, dude, what?
What is that?
What is that? That doesn't even sound right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I use a credit card, so maybe that's why.
Yeah,
like I didn't have my debit card, so I had to use my Discover card.
Oh my god!
No, you can't take out money of an ATM with a credit card.
We got killed.
No,
dude.
Can't do that because I mean, even like you're saying, the debit card. I mean, it's usually around 10, 12, which I still honestly get really pissed about.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You're charging me to
get
my own money.
Yeah,
and then Bank of America does you a solid by closing locations left and right. So then it's not as easy to take out money, which they probably want.
Yeah.
Just one of those things that's just ridiculous.
Really is ridiculous, man.
Tony Finau started on the back here, 1 over, playing the par 3.
Yikes.
17th. And I think JT, last time I checked, was even par. So kind of an up and down start for him. He's even through 8, also starting on the back. My pick, Daniel Berger, 2 over through 7. And then Xander and Novak and Keegan haven't teed off yet. So Davis Riley hitting his second here on number 9. But what I was going to mention, obviously today, or are we caught up? Or
no, we have way more coming. We got through like 2 of them actually. And then Matthew Gabriel. Oh, he says golfing on the Gulf Coast down in Florida. You can't beat it. He says. Go. Of course, we have Josh B in the house too. What a fam. What up, Domac? Hashtag TC, hashtag Sportsport, hashtag DTV, dude. And then Kev also with a big let's go. He says, we want the smoke. What up, Domac? He says.
What's up, everybody?
And then he says, hey, Yankee boy, shout out to the DTV crew. Hashtag TC, hashtag DTV, hashtag the Sportsport. And then Kev saying, what up to Matty G? Where's Bucka? And then Kev says, I went to the one in Margate. I know a lot of people down there in Fort Lauderdale area and Orlando. I bet Kev does, dude.
Yeah, I could see him at the blackjack.
I could definitely see him.
No, I think he's a roulette guy, actually. Like the numbers, I could see him getting like
dude,
his
honestly,
lucky numbers.
Oh, yeah, definitely the lucky numbers. Honestly, I can see him being a slots guy, dude.
True.
Just ripping into the slots.
I just don't have the patience for the numbers on roulette. Like, it's like, come on, what is? I mean, yes, the chance I guess is 1 in 35, but you know what I mean? Like, how often do you actually get it? It seems like it's like whatever the case is. I mean, do you guys get a little annoyed with the numbers? Like,
no, I actually like playing
numbers or
lot,
corners
dude.
Or black and
dude,
red.
Honestly, like if I have the funds, like I'm. I bet the whole table, dude. I bet numbers. I bet on black, and then I'll bet columns too.
I mean, not that I guess I really haven't a relative like to how many times I've played blackjack before. I haven't really done roulette, but it's like I feel like the few times that I have, like I didn't really hit anything. So I'm just like, fuck this.
I know you got to be like, I don't know, but like I don't know. I played roulette a little bit because my dad, like when I first started gambling,
Molinari almost holding it on the 16th.
That's kind of crazy, actually. But yeah, he just like taught me how to play, and it is like,
what do you know? I mean, Cav said roulette. There you go.
Roulette, dude.
And then Michael wants to go to Sedona. Vlog, Sedona, Arizona.
You can go to Sedona. Wow, dude. Would you do that? That would be sick,
dude. That, but continue with the roulette 101.
No, I was gonna say like you don't win often, but then like when you do hit, like you hit enough to keep playing. Like you almost re-up your money, and then if you hit again, like all of a sudden you're up a shit ton.
But is it just me, Tony? Unless you're hammering red or black, or you like pick a bunch of numbers, but then randomly you'll put $10 on one or $20 on one. It's like you have to hit that, otherwise you're not going to win anything. Because you can't, even if yes, you're spreading out bets, but then you're putting $2 on a number. You hit it, great, you won $70, but you lost 60 throughout the rest of the board.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you play your board right, I feel like with roulette, the biggest thing you can do is play the same things consistently. Like don't change up your numbers, don't change up red or black, don't change up columns, because that's when you start getting all fucked up. Because then you bet a different column, the column you just bet before a hit, and you're like, oh my god, whatever, dude. You just bet black a bunch of times and you bet red, but then black hit again. You're like, what the hell? So like I just stick to my numbers, like my same, I think like 8 numbers or 10 numbers. And then I'll hammer black the whole time, and I'll do a column like.
And you enjoy that more than blackjack?
I don't know. It kind of depends. Sometimes blackjack, sometimes the tables are like either the minimum is too much for me, or there's just like it's too crowded. People are being assholes. I don't really feel like dealing with those people. Roulette, you come, you don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to. You know, like it's much so your own game.
And really, the whole thing is, especially you want to do match the dealer if they have lucky ladies, whatever it is. It's like $25 hands, like. You kind of have to buy in for 500 to be like, to not like lose in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like, you know
exactly.
what I mean? Buying in for 150 on $25 table, you're done in a couple hands.
Yeah, really gambling anything, you kind of need just the bankroll, dude. You know? Like forget about the credit card fee, just max it out, Domac at the ATM, get the loan sharks, dude, and you win big.
No, but I really do like, and I know, yes, it works both ways, but I kind of do notice that from like when I've gone before with people who don't usually go, and they're like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna take out 125, and it's like they just lose right away.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. Dude.
And then they're tight. No, but I think it's even worse because then they take out more, but then it's like you go to a different table, so then it's different. But if they just take it out all at once, then you could go through the cycle of that spot being good or bad.
Exactly, dude.
But I guess something
there was one time I was in the Borgata, and this guy. Literally blackjack tables was going to one hand at each table to see what was hot. And he was betting a lot of money. He was getting angry when he was losing. This table's no good. Like went to the next one. Same thing. This table's no good. Went to the next one. It's like, dude, like you gotta calm down, man.
No, I used to do like back in the day, the $5 blackjack tables. There was this lady there one time. I guess like she just loses her money there every week, and she was like blaming the devil for her losing. I swear to God.
Oh my God,
that sounds.
And then I've also heard like a dealer say, oh yeah, this old guy, he gets his social security check, like once a month or whatever, comes here right away, always loses it, like some 7-year-old guy. It's like tough.
Yeah, that is tough, dude.
But I guess you got to pick your spots, Tony.
Yeah, you do.
You know who's picking his spots? Well, it's Keith Mitchell and Aaron Badley, both 4 under through the first 5, so they now co-lead with Riley, Young, Todd, Svensson, all tied for 3rd at 3 under. But I was going to say, March Madness obviously starting at noon, the game with Mississippi State, Michigan State. So pretty much right after we're done here. But we did have the second day of the first 4 yesterday. The first game we had on during the gaming quarter, Grambling making a big comeback. We're down, double digits and ended up winning by 7 in overtime over Montana State. So that was a win in my column. And then also, I guess I went 2 for 2 because Colorado, 60-53, a tight game in the first half, 2-point game, but they pull away late. Simpson leading the way, a double-double, 19 points, 11 rebounds. So the Buffalo, yes, the Colorado Buffalo advance here to the round of 64. And then we will have, like I said, our first half of the round of 64 today, second half tomorrow, and game times today, I believe, ranging from 12:15 all the way till 10:05.
Wow.
So tons of games here. So, our brackets filled out. Would you like it or no?
The March Madness? Yeah, I love it.
Oh, no, the way he said that, I thought he was like...
Well, no, I said it mid. I said it mid yawn.
Oh.
I was like, yeah, it's sick as I'm yawning.
So, yeah, we got our DTV bracket filled out. I joined the TCA bracket. Tony trying to get in at the buzzer, maybe.
Oh, yeah, dude, I got to do that.
Upon the conclusion, or maybe while we're going along here.
Perhaps.
But what I was going to ask you guys, if you would, what, out of all the games today, what will be the highest seed to win a game?
Let's see. For today, dude.
I mean, I think at least 2 1 seeds are playing today.
We got a 15 playing a 2 today, right? Dakota State, Iowa State. Let's see, a 10 beating a 7. I don't think Moorhead's gonna win. We had BYU going pretty deep, right?
Yep.
Duquesne not winning. Marquette, no.
St. Peter's?
NC State?
Yeah, I mean, we picked that
11
one.
beating the 6.
I like that. They're getting 5 too.
Yeah.
I guess the Lions down to 4.5.
Dude, how about 16 beating a 1?
Not gonna happen. But I think we're
beating
gonna
North
see.
Carolina.
No way.
No, he's so excited.
Especially-
It's Staten Island.
Especially because they were a 6 seed in the NEC tournament. Like, no way, dude.
Yeah.
So funny.
They're 6 seed. In the
Yeah, no,
NEC.
I can't see Gonzaga blowing it or Kansas.
I mean, is it as simple as it's gonna be the 11 seeds between NC State and Oregon today?
Yeah, I think so.
Any other like lower seeds, Domac, you could see pulling it off?
I mean, I'm looking, and based off of my picks, I think I had Oregon maybe upsetting.
Yeah, we had that as
So-
well.
And I mean, if we're gonna talk technically lower seeds, I have Michigan State beating Mississippi State.
Yep, we had that as
So
well.
I'm hoping those two hit. So Long Beach isn't gonna win. I have Nevada being Dayton because I feel like
Yeah.
Dayton's never just been a. I mean, yeah, they've been in the tournament, but I feel like other than Curry, I just feel like they're not ever a good enough program to really make a run. So I can see Nevada winning. Colorado State's defense, the way they played the other day, I think that honestly they can upset Texas. And other than that, I don't think we're gonna have any more upsets. Oh, NC State is my dark horse of the tournament. The way they played the NC tournament, the way they played in the ACC tournament, winning 5 games in 5 days, beating Duke, beating UNC.
And Steph Curry went to Davidson. I was trying to.
Oh, Davidson. I'm sorry. I always get them confused.
Yeah,
I always get Dayton and Davidson confused. That's my bad. But back to NC State. I think they're gonna make a run. I don't know. They're ranked pretty low. I feel like they should rank higher, especially after winning. 5 games in 5
I think
days
sometimes
like that,
they think like, oh, they're worn down, but they got a couple of days off.
Yeah.
And I think
and they're
Texas
hot right
Tech
now.
isn't a world beater. I think they should be just fine. It's funny. We all have like everything you said. I actually took those bets today. So I have literally Michigan State, Oregon, and NC State.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 I locked in. So, and then Michael Butka. What do we got here?
He's talking some shit. Says March Madness time. And then he says, Domac, good boy for sitting on the damn couch. We got to let Tony have his seat. Tatum Jr., he's calling you.
Yeah.
Wow,
31
dude.
points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, I think was the stat line last night against the Bucks.
St. Peter's over Tennessee. I think that's too nostalgic, Michael. We get it. The couple of years ago, the big win for them. But I just feel like it's a little different this time around,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Tennessee did get killed by, I forgot who it was in the SEC tournament, but but I think that was kind of like those one-off things.
Yeah.
And also, because we did, our bracket yesterday. I like, and this game is tomorrow, but Yale over Auburn. What did you think about that one?
You know what? I actually think I picked Yale over Auburn too. Like looking at tomorrow, I picked Yale as an upsetter. And other than that, when it comes to tomorrow, the only reason other upset I have is I have Houston losing because
first round,
because that was more of just like a personal type of pick, because back when I used to play travel AAU basketball, I played with a point guard who now plays for Longwood. So it was just cool to see that I played with him, and now he went on to go play D1. So now they're in the tournament, I got to ride with them. You know what I'm saying?
No, and obviously that'd be crazy. Plus, I mean, I know, like, this doesn't apply to Wagner. I know that's the first thing Tony's thinking, but we've had 16s and 15s the last couple of years win games. So I mean, we could see that. Of course, you're never going to expect it, but it's definitely something to watch out for. We'll recap day 1 tomorrow. But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Skip! And Alonso cracks one. The Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
And Michael Buck agreeing with us, saying South Carolina going down, something that we picked in our bracket. They're playing Oregon. So we had another game from Seoul. Is that how you pronounce it, Tony?
Right.
Seoul, Korea here. As we saw the Padres get some vengeance for yesterday's loss, defeating the Dodgers 15-11. So much was this game was highlighted by. I mean, of course, the first thing you think of here is Yamamoto for the Dodgers making his major league debut, going 1 inning, 1 inning, 4 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. So a tough debut for him. And 26 runs scored in this game, which is kind of, absolutely really nuts.
Yeah.
And you think about yesterday's game, the Padres with a 2-1 lead in the 8th end up losing. I think the final score was 5-2, if I'm not mistaken. And Jake Cronenworth was kind of, the GOAT in that one, not the good GOAT, but the bad one. Ball going through his glove. They're talking about the equipment manager hole in the glove. But it could have been a double play. Ended up, scoring a couple runs for LA yesterday. Today comes back with a vengeance, 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs. You saw Fernando Tatis with 2 hits. How about, in the Dodgers, not the Dodgers, but the Padres lineup, they had, guys with multiple hits. They had 6, which is, completely ridiculous. Also, I think 6-2 with multiple runs scored. Xander Bogaerts with a good game, 2 for 5, 3 runs scored. And their starting pitcher, Joe Musgrove, getting hammered, 2 2/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Luckily for him, he gets a no decision. And they were forced to use Michael King, who's going to be in their rotation, but obviously some days off till opening day next week. They're going to go back to spring training. So he actually throws 75 pitches out of the bullpen, goes 3 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. 8.10 ERA, but he picks up the win due to the success of the Padre offense. So they end up splitting this 2-game set in Seoul. Any thoughts here? Yamamoto, Padres offense, Michael King coming out of the pen. Anything to offer here, Tony?
I don't know. Yamamoto here. I don't know, man. I mean, I understand people, don't matter. Oh, I'm happy because the Yankees.
Because I'm a hater.
Yeah, because you are hating, and
I'm
I feel like
hating.
Obviously the man is going to be under the microscope for sure. But I mean, you even talked about it before, before the show today. Like, how often do we see, pitchers come over from Japan and really be super dominant, let alone to start off? And I mean, again, like, I'm going to use Kadai as an example all year, probably. That guy had a lot of adjustments to kind of, get acclimated to coming over to America. Obviously, not even just adjustments in the major leagues, which is a lot, by the way. People forget, the ball is bigger in the MLB than it is in the Japanese leagues.
Days of rest.
Days of rest
obviously,
are less. Yeah, obviously they are different, but still, and then even so, think of the context of this game too for him. I mean, it's not even an MLB game, dude. It really isn't.
It is. It's just not an MLB park, but I get what you're saying. And it's like before the season really starts. It's like a weird thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't even feel like an MLB game. You're going back to spring training. It's the narrative about this guy is now so negative, and I understand. Obviously, he did not perform, to what you want to, what you expect to, but I don't know. I don't think you can just, put this guy up and peg him into some type of pitcher already. When he's going through a million different adjustments. On top of that, he didn't even play. He played in Korea, the travel that it took to get there, to get acclimated to that situation. I mean, he was just trying to get acclimated to America, and now all of a sudden he's over there for a series, which is, again, so oddly scheduled for this season. It's like Igor coming back for Stadium Series. I mean, it's just entirely different. It's a different feel. So obviously, I don't know. I think the Dodgers put this guy in certainly a tough spot, I think, and it showed clearly. 1 inning. But I am still anticipating this guy. I mean, he was scouted well. I understand, maybe you could argue how much money was offered for him already without even pitching the MLB. But again, I mean, look at Kadai. I mean, it took him quite a few starts to get acclimated, and then he was top 10 in the Cy Young Award this past season.
Now, I know, like you're just saying, you can't base it off of one start.
Mm-hmm.
But just with Kadai in mind, obviously they're different pitchers, different teams, different expectations. Like, right now, whether you're basing it on this start or if that has anything to do with it or not, like for this season, do you see him, matching or exceeding what Kadai did last season?
Yeah. I mean, apparently they had said that he was just as good, if not better.
Multiple Cy Youngs in Japan.
In Japan, and he's younger too. So
25, right?
Yeah, dude. So I mean, you kind of are anticipating a better season than what Kadai put together.
But it's tough to match that though. Your first year, like Kadai had a really good season.
No, he did have a great season. It's gonna be tough to match, but I will say, I feel like if Yamamoto gets to it quicker, he's gonna have better numbers than Kadai did. It did take Senga quite a few starts to really realize I guess just the pace of play, the pace of his workouts and stuff like that, for him to then be so dominant. So, I think time will tell how he reacts. I think it's going to be obviously on his shoulders and maybe what type of mental game he has. But again, I would imagine on a team like the Dodgers with their staff, with their other players around the league, and not even just Shohei. I mean, you have great players, around that team that have been around for a while. And then on top of that, you have Shohei to coach him through a few things. I mean, I think definitely. I think that he is going to be a great pitcher this season and contribute a lot to the Dodgers' success. Obviously, pretty tough start though yesterday, dude.
Or technically, today,
this morning.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But definitely a tough way to start, and I think the rest, being that they pitch every 6 days there versus every 5 here, I mean that has something to do with it. But yeah, I think though the one thing too that you got to think about is like I feel like Kadai was able to kind of pitch a little under the radar, especially compared to what Yamamoto has to do. So I feel like he had that advantage. But of course he has Ohtani, and maybe who knows, maybe he might have to loan Ohtani some money after the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Translator, huh?
Really, dude?
That whole thing is just, I don't know. It's just insane. And Rick and Dave were talking about this morning, but I just don't get, like, you have that much money, you're that powerful. Like, how would there be any doubt that somebody that's working for you, that you're in a close relationship with, in a business, that would be able to happen? Like, how is this not carefully vetted?
Dude, that's what I was just saying.
You were saying before the show, suspicious you are. Yeah.
Oh, so you think Ohtani is...
Well, I mean, dude, if they're best friends, right? It seems like they're close buddies. And I mean, maybe he can be taking his money like that, but I just don't see how, you don't notice that.
So maybe Ohtani's a gambling addict.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's just,
and that's why I deferred the money.
The deferral, dude. Yeah.
I'm saying it's pretty. It's pretty weird. It's just like all of a sudden his translator's taking all this money. He gets fired now.
Yeah.
But why are we not? We're not even going to look into it. Like, I guess the MLB came out and said they're not even going to investigate Ohtani. Like, how are we not going to not even look into it?
Well, think about it from
because he's the face of the league.
Yeah,
he's the face of the league. We don't want him to leave.
So
we're just going to let him gamble his way illegally. Okay, that's fair.
Definitely very sketchy, Tony.
Very sketchy, dude. What do you think at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, you think he's like a compulsive gambler or no?
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's like he's not new to the league. He's been around.
But he didn't get a big payday till now.
Yes, very true. I don't know. I mean, it is kind of very suspicious. The deferral, the taxes, avoiding money.
Oh, yeah. Circumventing the CBA.
It's just a very oddball thing. And then on top of it, yeah, I mean, how do you not I guess it happens. We've seen it happen with other players, with bands, with managers, embezzling money, whatever, CEOs even. But it is very suspicious that someone as close as like a translator would be. And weren't you saying, Domac, too, like they seem still like they're talking or buddy yesterday?
I could be wrong, but I swear I thought I saw a clip at the end of the first game, right before the final out. Like they looked like they were talking to each other, like they didn't even know. So I feel like I don't know. The whole thing seems weird. It's like, how do you? So if let's say he doesn't know, let's say Ohtani didn't know based off the clip I saw. If he didn't know at the end of that game, you're telling me after that game that night he finds out, and then all of a sudden he's fired, and all this happens in the span of 6 hours. I don't know. That seems too fishy to me when you guys are that close of friends.
Yeah.
So it almost seems like they knew what they were doing and got caught, and then they put it on the translator because you can't put it on Ohtani.
Right.
I mean, if we really want to put our conspiracy hats on here, we can even say that the MLB knows, and then we'll be told Ohtani to get rid of the translator, cover it up, and now Ohtani just moves on.
Yeah, Rob Manfred is a snake.
If we really want to get into it,
he definitely would do that. As Tony Finau narrowly missing a birdie here, so he's going to go to the back nine, 1 over. It actually will be the front nine, but his back nine, starting off the back this morning. So that was, the Soul Series done and over with, back to spring training. And speaking of spring training, the Yankees putting a shellacking on the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday, 12-0, highlighted by Giancarlo Stanton. Not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs in 8 RBIs yesterday.
Unbelievable.
Putting on an absolute clinic. I saw the highlights of all home runs, and
Insane.
I believe they were all in the center field area, which was kind of interesting. Kind of lower pitches and just elevating. Obviously, I mean, as a Yankee fan, I mean, you're ecstatic by that.
Especially, dude, when I saw the one that went over center field over the huge wall, I was like, dude, it just amazes me the amount of power that dude has. Like, not only like it's so hard to already hit it to center field as it is, but to get it over that, to shoot it over the wall like that, like I was literally amazed by that.
Did you see how low the pitch
Yeah,
was
I know.
too?
And normally isn't that his issue too? Especially,
Yeah,
I mean, more low and away too, but like
Yeah.
anything low normally. So I mean, hopefully, like this is a trend that stays.
And I know you can't go by spring training, but I do think there is something to like hitting 3 homers in a game. Like it's like spring training or not, like you got to be pretty good.
Especially when back to back they're like 450. One was 453 and the next one's 451. I mean, come on.
Any thoughts here, Tony, with the 3 home runs?
Oh yeah, I mean that's great, and you know for Stanton too, especially. I mean he has so much to prove.
Yeah.
I mean not even just because of the type of player he is, but even like you know there is a lot of talk of him losing that weight, being in better baseball shape,
more mobile.
More mobile. You know, I mean like he has literally a lot riding, everything almost riding on this season. And I feel like you know your patience, the entire Yankee fan patience, like it's running pretty thin. So I mean, to see this for him,
I think it's gone.
Literally. I mean, like
he has no revert. He can't have a
zero
bad year. Otherwise,
so I mean, to him, showcases like you said, spring training or not, he showcased that he could do it, which is great. But I will say now, though, I mean, like you're expecting him to do this in the regular season, like hit some bombs. Like, let's go. So,
and what do you guys think for like bare minimum in terms of acceptance by fans? Is it like 240 to 250 with like 30 home runs and like 90 RBIs? Is that like acceptable, do you guys feel, for him this year?
I mean, in comparison to last year, I guess, but like even that, like I don't know, dude.
Just
because
when we got him, we were thinking 60.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
I guess like if we're gonna be realistic, that's got to be the expectation.
And that would be pretty good. And then you couple, bless you, Tony, with what Soto, Judge,
yeah,
Volpe,
especially
Torres,
with I'm okay with that because also his load, his load will be a little easier on him, so I feel like he won't take it as like hard, and I feel like it'll be a lot easier for him.
What do you think is acceptable, Tony? Where there's not going to be backlash in terms of batting average, home run, RBIs.
I mean, home runs you're probably going to want like close to 40, I would imagine.
He's never done that as a Yankee after
like
59 in 2017.
Yeah. Like, and then batting average is obviously you hit 40 home runs and get some lead with bat. 235, I feel like you'd be happy with. Again, it's kind of, we talked about it last night in the gaming corner, 190 last season, right?
I would love 240.
Right? 240
like
would
300 for
literally.
230, I'm kind of like 240 would really be nice.
250 is a batting.
250 would be insane.
So it'll be interesting to see how he does, but love to see that last night. Also love to see Anthony Volpe hitting a home run. The great spring for Volpe continues, 333 with the home run yesterday. Aaron Judge playing his first game in a little bit here was 1-for-1 with 2 runs scored and a double. So you love to see that. And then Gleyber Torres 2-for-3 with 2 runs scored. Juan Soto 2-for-3 with 3 runs scored. Luke Weaver drew the start, 3 1/3 scoreless. And then the bullpen rest of the way, shutting out the Pirates. Good stuff from everybody all around. Victor Gonzalez, Clay Holmes, Ian Hamilton, Caleb Ferguson, Nick Birdie, and Clayton Andrews. So most of those guys will be an integral part of the Yankee bullpen this year. One guy, and I think I was mentioning this to Tony yesterday or on Gaming Corner, maybe because I brought him in out of the bullpen, but one guy that I think doesn't get talked about that was very good last year and that's going to be very important this year, and I think will emerge as the Yankees' top setup guy, is Ian Hamilton.
Yes, I remember that last year he did play very well, and we're going to need a lot of players like that like had a little bit of like kind of like showing throughout the season last year or a little bit of consistency that are going to need to step up this year, because I feel like our pitching's always been good, but honestly, I don't know, maybe it's just because the way offseason went, but I feel like over the last 6 years, I mean, it could be completely wrong, but I feel like over the last 6 years, this pitching, I guess overall, I feel like I've been the most worried about. So
now,
I feel like
bullpen or the starters?
I think overall, especially because I don't know if it's just because of like Rodon's expectations, but I mean the way he pitched the other day kind of helped a little bit. 5 innings, no hits,
and the weight loss again. I think that's big.
That was pumped, but I'm gonna be honest. Before that game, I was telling my family, I was like, Rodon's gonna be terrible. Don't even bother looking at his numbers. I've already accepted it. Like I thought he was gonna be terrible. But then after the 5 innings, like I feel pretty good now. But like I said though, I feel like the pitching has been so much better beforehand. I feel like this year's gonna be one of the things where like it's more about players stepping up than just having like the best bullpen in the league.
Yeah.
So,
But I think we're going to be right there again. Jonathan Loaisiga too, if he's healthy for this whole season. We know the stuff that Clay Holmes has, and then Victor Gonzalez and Caleb Ferguson, the former Dodgers. If they're both effective, two left-handers, that'll easily fill the shoes of Wandy Peralta. And then you couple that with Hamilton. I mean, your bullpen is pretty deep, and no one's even mentioned Marinaccio, who knows? I think he's been a little up and down this spring, and obviously was up and down last year, had an injury. I've always liked him, so it'll be interesting to see kind of how they put the bullpen together. But nevertheless, actually today is 1 week from opening day. Yankees at 4:10 start in Houston. I believe it's going to be Framber Valdez opposing Nestor Cortez. So pumped for that. Obviously, Mets Brewers. Me and Tony will be at as well with Freddie Peralta and Jose Quintana. Mets yesterday. Anything
6-3 victory against Miami. Brennan Nimmo had not one, not two, but 3 RBIs, Brian. I
knew he didn't hit 3 home runs.
Yeah, no. He went 2 for 3. There were actually only 1 home run, I think, given up by Christian Scott, the starter for the Mets, who threw 4 innings, just that one solo shot, but 7 strikeouts over 4 innings. So it looked pretty good for the 24-year-old prospect. Other than that, Zach Short, another RBI. He continues to have a phenomenal spring training as well for the Mets. Domac, I don't know much about Zach Short, but I think he's 2 years younger than me. Went to SHU, drafted by the Tigers originally.
Hell yeah.
Found his way over now to the Mets organization. Has been very active this spring training. Second base, third base. Said he's been having a pretty good spring training.
I think we brought it up last time I was here because we talked about. I think I said you need to get a jersey, dude.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I'd be so hyped for that.
Especially if he starts playing well too.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so sick.
That
and he got like some looks in Detroit. Him and I forgot this other pitcher from SHU. I forget his name, but nonetheless, dude, pretty good 6-3 victory. Again, we're seeing some great hitting, I think, from the Mets to this spring training. Much so like last season, where it's where it's all singles and doubles, getting runners on, advancing them, bring them up, and then scoring them eventually. And then the bullpen went solid. I think Diaz gave his first run of spring training. Other than that, pretty solid stuff. Back on the diamond tonight against Houston, maybe I have to double check, but nonetheless, Mendoza seems pretty confident in this team, reiterating the fact that they have much better talent than people are thinking. So.
Going through most of the spring, do you feel better now about the Mets than you did before spring training, or just because spring training you don't really change your opinion at all?
I mean, no. I mean, it's like funny. Brian asked me that the other day. You certainly want. You certainly use spring training to, gauge what to expect from the regular season, but still you do have in the back of your mind, it's only spring training. But nonetheless, I would say yes, short answer, just because of our starting pitching. I mean, we have one of the lowest ERAs this spring training from our starters. And that was one of the biggest questions moving into this season, especially with Senga being injured. Relying on Severino, on Minaya, on Jose Quintana, to even Tyler McGill stepping up. I mean, that's going to be nice if that kind of can carry over into the regular season. Because like I said, just like last year, it seems the Mets bats have been scoring. So yeah, dude, you feel a little bit better, Domac?
Hell yeah, dude.
Keith Mitchell, solo leader at 5 under through 7. Aaron Badley, 1 shot back, 4 under.
Wow.
Cam Young still at 3 under with Davis Riley, Brendan Todd. The Yankees will play 105 today against the Atlanta Braves. Will Warren getting the start today. And looks like lineup-wise, they're going Verdugo, Volpe, Wells, Gonzalez, Cabrera, Rojas, Jones, Durbin, and Allen. So, some regulars at the top. We saw Oswaldo Cabrera a couple games ago with a home run, and he looks to play a bigger role probably than anticipated with the Oswald Peraza injury, and we still don't know what the Yankees are going to do for another infielder. Obviously, Cabrera plays both infield and outfield, so the versatility, is very handy for them. What do you think with Cabrera, Domac? I mean, obviously kind of burst on the scene 2 years ago, hits the home run in Cleveland in the playoffs, but last year, very underwhelming. What do you think about him? Do you think he's going to be better this year?
I don't know. There's some players I feel like sometimes like when they get called up, like it's just getting called up, the momentum. I feel like a little boost of confidence when you get called up and you play a little better. And then once you're in it for the full year, it really shows like your true potential and like really how good you are. So like, I don't know. I feel like this year, I mean, I don't have any crazy expectations. Like they're very minimum. I mean, if he can just contribute enough to like, maybe turn a couple losses into wins, I'll be content with that. But I don't expect him to do anything crazy now.
But even if he could just be marginal or slightly above average, with the bat, the versatility. I mean, you need that.
No, it'll
be
a great piece. No, for sure. Yeah. If we can get like a little bit of that, I'll be more than content with it.
Because I think he pretty much plays every position other than catcher.
Shit, dude, he plays everywhere.
So that's really something. So we'll have to see. But yeah, 105 on the network and app, Tony.
Did you see that? I guess there's a rumor going on that I guess on Friday, Judge is going to try and play left. And they're like going to test out like how Judge is going to be in left and see how that works with like with the outfield dynamics.
Oh, to keep Soto in right and then have Grisham, like, I guess, be center
for now. And then maybe like I guess when Dominguez comes back, that's like what they'll try and do maybe sometimes in the summer. I don't know. They're going to see how it works Friday. I want to know what you thought.
Yeah,
about Judge playing left.
I think it would be no problem.
Yeah,
and
right?
I was saying this yesterday. I think it's just I think it's just kind of crazy, and I know it just kind of worked out. You get Soto. Obviously, you're going to play him. You're going to acquire him and worry about that later. But the fact too that you went with Verdugo instead of like a regular center fielder, I feel like kind of like messed things up a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess because of Dominguez, that's
why. Yeah. I think it's just they're just gonna wait for Dominguez, and I guess they must be looking at him and assuming he's gonna come back just like he did before.
And I wonder if he comes back sooner, and if Verdugo's performing well, if they would almost like even consider moving him. But obviously, I mean, he's a valuable fourth outfielder as well.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like we can also, if he's playing well, I feel like Verdugo is not just a typical fourth like outfielder. I feel like he's like a starting outfielder. So I feel like we can get like multiple pieces, maybe a fourth outfielder and another piece for Verdugo that actually makes him a little better.
But I could see him like playing pretty well. And also Judge was advocating for him. So I know they like to kind of follow his lead. So with that in mind, maybe he stays. And if he gets, 400 or 500 at bats, I mean, he could set a career high in home runs.
Yeah, dude.
What do you think about Grisham? I mean, obviously has been very underwhelming average wise last couple of years. Great in the field. Has looked good in spots offensively. I mean, do you think he's going to be anything good this year? Or?
I mean, defensively, I think he'll be a big help in spots. Maybe come like playoff time when end of game we need really good defense, or any big game during the regular season. But since offensively he has been great recently, I feel like we have so much offense everywhere else that I'm not even going to really worry too much about him and his offense. If his defense can stay the way it is and it doesn't drop, it doesn't waver, then I'm content with his offensive woes. But if it gets to a point where his defense isn't as good as it used to be too, then it's obviously an issue, because then it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. And it's kind of crazy too. You think about with Dominguez coming back and how Stanton can play the outfield, and then you need Cabrera to play infield, but he also plays outfield. There's going to be kind of like a roster crunch when Dominguez comes back.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Like when he comes back, I don't know what the team's going to do. Like that's why I'm all for. Like I really hope they come out and play well, because I'm all for selling when a player's like hot. So if we have like players that we know are better for the future, like Dominguez, obviously.
Yeah.
Like if we got a couple outfielders that if let's say Grisham's on his best offensive year that he's been having like since, I don't know, 2-3 years ago.
Right.
And like we're able to like get rid of them and for like higher pieces than like we probably have ever been since we've received them. Like I'm all for selling high.
Yeah.
When you have the other pieces to back it up, what we do.
Yeah. No, I can't wait for Dominguez. Just so excited to see him once he comes back. And I know they're going to take it easy. Want him to play outfield full time, when he does come back, but definitely exciting stuff. So excited. Opening day 1 week from today.
Hell yeah.
But let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's a middle break. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink made the full split save.
Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pastrnak,
The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So a light slate in the National Hockey League last night, only 4 games. But we do actually have to update picks from 2 days ago, Tony, if you could be of assistance.
Wow. Okay.
Starting
Yeah.
with college basketball 2 days ago.
Starting with college ball 2 days ago. All right, hold on. Stand by here. So we're talking from Tuesday.
Yes.
Colorado State beating Virginia.
Okay, so I'm going to start with me. So I had Howard 3.5, which is a loss. Virginia is a loss, so that's 0-2. Providence lost. If you go up to NIT there, I just want to check the total. No, right there. No, go down. See where it says NCAA tournament right there on that, above the calendar on the right side.
Wow.
Up.
Oh, up.
Left. Down.
Right here.
NIT. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then go. Okay, so Providence. Check what the total was there. I had the over. Providence losing in the first round. Nothing from Riley. That's why he hasn't been here. What was the total? 141. So I had the over. So again, that's a loss. So that's an 0-4 start.
Wow,
had the Padres 0-5. And then we get to the hockey.
All right, great. Hold on,
Leave
stand by
up,
here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hockey from
Tuesday.
Tuesday here.
So 0-5. And then Bruins in the under.
So that's 1-6.
Red Wings in the under.
2-7.
Penguins in the over.
3-8.
Rangers in the under.
Over under I think was 6.5. I have to double check here. 5.5. No. So what did we say? You were 3-8.
Mm-hmm.
So now you're 4-9.
The Maple Leafs in the over.
Wait, sorry. You said you had the under, right?
I had the Rangers and the under.
Oh no, sorry. So that's 2-9.
No, I think you said 3-8 and then 4-9. So wouldn't it be 3-10?
Okay, yeah, 3-10. Okay.
And then the Maple Leafs in the over.
4-11.
Islanders in the under.
5-12.
Avalanche in the over.
7-12.
And then the Predators in the over.
9-12.
Oilers in the over.
10-13.
Canucks in the over.
11-14.
Lightning in the under.
12-15.
Wild in the over.
13-16.
Blackhawks in the under.
13-18.
And then on to yesterday.
My goodness. 13-18. Hold on. Yesterday we have Wednesday. All right, what do you got?
Maple Leafs in the over.
15-18.
Stars in the under.
16-19.
Wild in the over.
What did we say you're at? 15-19?
16-19.
16-19?
Or no, that wouldn't. It has to be even. Or no, it doesn't. 15-19. 16-19.
Yeah, why does it have
16
to
and
be
19?
16-19, and you had Wild in the over?
Yeah.
So you're 17-20.
17-20, but then I also had Colorado Grambling State both covered. So that would mean that I went 19-20. And if you could just hold on momentarily, Tony, 19-20. We'll go back up to the record. Let's see. 19-20. Okay. So that means that I am 19. So that's 165 and 146. 65, 146. And let me just write that on the bottom. God. What?
It's just a lot. The record is just funny.
165, 146. Okay. And then we get to go to you. So go 2 days ago.
Back to college
Basketball.
here. I don't even remember the pit. Okay, all right. So I had obviously Wagner.
Right.
They won.
So that's
1-0.
And then Colorado State.
Oh, 2-0. Yeah. All right, cool. 2-0. And then
you had the under and BC, which both hit for the Providence game.
Oh, so I'll start out 4-0.
4-0.
Let's go, dude.
Oh, and the Dodgers 5-0. So
Dodgers 5-0.
Right. 0-5.
Right.
Start out 5-0.
Yeah.
And then on to the
great
hockey.
job, dude. Nobody wants to me, by the way. Don't matter for the bracket, so let's keep that in mind here.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry, hockey from Tuesday, right?
Bruins in the over.
So it's 7-0.
Red Wings in the under.
8-1.
Penguins in the under.
Penguins in the under.
Yeah.
8-3.
Rangers in the under. 5.5.
8-5. Wait, no, Rangers in the under.
Oh, right. 8-5. Yep. Maple Leafs in the over.
9-6.
Hurricanes in the over.
10-7.
Avalanche in the under.
11-8.
Predators in the under.
12-9.
Oilers in the over.
13-10.
Canucks in the over.
14-11.
Lightning in the over.
16-11.
Wild in the under.
18-11.
Kings in the over.
20-11.
And then on to the next day.
Wednesday.
Stars in the under.
21-12.
Maple Leafs in the over.
23-12.
Kings in the over.
25-12.
25-12. And then the 2 losses with the basketball. So 25-14.
Mm-hmm.
So that would mean then, let's see. Oh, no. Okay, so that's 165. I think we might be tied. 165, and it was 24 and what? 12? 14.
14 with the 2 losses.
14, so that's 165 and 145. Just here. Might be.
We're missing some games here.
No, we have the same record. It's 146, actually. So, yeah, we have the same exact record.
Wow, let's go, baby.
Look at that.
Pulled it.
So that's dope, as you would say, Tony. What else we got here?
Wow, Michael says, by the way, Gaming Corner last night, Duncan, Domac, obviously, could never compete, he says, and don't get me started on Kev Do. And then my mother says, hi, fellas, and then she also says Anthony wins. But what do you think about that, Domac? Michael calling you out on your, the show skills, NHL, what do you got?
Well, first of all, NHL, 0 experience. Looks like a sick game, 0 experience.
Oh, God,
MLB The Show. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm good, but I also don't think the game's too hard. So I mean, like, I'm
Hitting
not
is
bad.
kind of hard,
dude.
hitting,
Come on, man. The game is kind of hard.
But I don't know. I feel like 2K's way harder.
No, but you know what the thing with hitting is tough, and me and Tony were talking about it. Like the whole key to like being good at offense is basically taking more pitches than you swing at, which is so hard to do.
Yeah, so hard to do.
Hold back, and then you have to decide in a split second whether you're gonna swing or not.
And I feel
is
like
it off speed, is it a fastball? Is there movement? Like
I feel like the camera angle makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
I'm always messing around with the camera angle. Last time I played, I think the last one I played wasn't 23, it was 22. I didn't play 23, but I was always messing around with the camera angle because I feel like the farther out you are, like the more view you have, I feel like it's easier to see the pitches come in. And then when it comes to or like if you have an issue with like taking pitches, what I've noticed is when you get really zoomed in, like the really zoomed in camera angle where you can almost just see the box on the whole batting screen, you're a lot easier at taking pitches because the ball is literally almost off the screen.
Right.
So it's easier to take and swing at.
That sounds like
pitches,
you're cheating, honestly, kind of.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna give me the option in the settings,
I don't think
everyone else has.
Option? Wait, say it again.
It's just normal like gameplay settings. You could change like the catcher like viewpoint of like how the balls, like how you can see the pitch come in and like how you want to swing. So either you can get like zoomed in pretty close to the batter's box. Let's say you have an issue with like taking pitches, and like they're right on the line. So sometimes I'll have mine zoomed in so like the batter box almost covers like half my monitor. So like I literally see the ball go like pretty far out to like really learn to take. And then when I have a timing issue, normally I bring the camera angle farther back so I can see more. And normally I have a little bit more time to see the pitch come in, and it's easier for me to see it move. Well, that's just me personally. That was also in 22. I don't know how it is now. It's been a couple years, but
I think we had a tough time at first, Tony. And I know I played 300 games in a row, but you still played 2. Like I feel like definitely by the second game, right?
Yeah.
Like it was pretty easy kind of to decipher pitches, no?
Yeah, I think so. You got a good feel for it too. Yeah, I thought I had a ton of fun. I never really messed with the camera angles though, Brian. I don't know about you, dude.
No.
It sounds kind of ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, but
I'm here to win. I don't understand what you want from me. If I'm gonna go play online and play 9 innings,
you know what was crazy
win.
though? Like it was like 90% of the runs scored yesterday were all home runs.
Yeah,
Like, we didn't really have many like base hits that scored runs, and I got thrown out stealing. I think.
Oh my
20
gosh.
times over 3
Really?
games. That just go every pitch, and it's unless you're fast, like you get stolen.
Yeah.
And Tony was pretty good at like the pickoffs and like Alvarez throwing down the second.
Yeah,
Alvarez, baby.
I hit like a couple hit and runs, which were nice. But
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so definitely pumped to play more of that, soon for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
But on to hockey here. Big slate tonight, but of course, we're talking about the New York Rangers, Tony, in Boston. Riley's Bruins, who are minus 140 here. Rangers catching the plus 120.
Kind of crazy.
Obviously, coming off the disappointing loss on Tuesday to Winnipeg at home. They have a road test here in Boston, and we know with the Bruins, obviously, tons of points this year, but have struggled in overtime. And the 2 games they played this year, the Rangers have won 7-4 and 2-1. So they've had their number. But and Boston has won 3 in a row. The Rangers have won 2 out of 3. But any concern other take apart, we both obviously believe in the Rangers, Tony, believe the potential is, unlimited. But is there any part of you in the back of your mind it's a little nervous, the Bruins, just thinking we're not letting the Rangers sweep us this year, especially with the last game being at home?
Yeah, of course, dude. I mean, listen, this is a huge rivalry, not only in hockey, but in all sports across the board. And they're in Boston, like you said. They're at home. They're on a 3-game win streak. They are playing for something. Certainly the connotation is that the Rangers are better than the Bruins right now. So, I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, they're playing for a lot. They always keep it competitive too. I mean, you look at the last couple of games. You mentioned the 2-1 victory by the Rangers in overtime, very tight, extracurricular game there. And then the Rangers winning 7-4. Way back in November too. That was when the Bruins were kind of not playing so well. The Rangers were kind of on top of their game. Obviously now, so what you are most worried about is that the Bruins aren't seeing the best Rangers team out there.
Lindgren,
Trouba out, dude. I mean, those are two
back,
Redby back, which is great, but I mean, you're not going to be relying on him,
dirty goals.
Again, yeah, sure, dude.
Rough somebody up.
You need him to rough somebody up. Again, he's another guy. It's going to be his first career game against the Bruins.
Good back check.
He's going to understand. Yeah, he's going to understand.
Doesn't he have a good back check?
He has great back checking abilities. Yeah. So obviously, you want him to make a statement game. You need him to. You need to have a level of physicality here, because the TD Garden is going to be rocking with the Boston fans, and that the Bruins are going to be looking to make an example out of the Rangers here, saying, hey, if we see you guys in the playoffs, Eastern Conference Final, it's not going to be a rollover and die. It's going to be, hey, we can keep this competitive. And again, like I said, Bruins trying to take advantage of the fact that you're down 2 of your defensemen, your better defensemen too. They're going to look to make an example of that, and also try to shut down some offense from the Rangers too. So I mean, you're definitely a little worried. Like I said, you want the Rangers to come out here. You cannot be coming out of here flat-footed. I think I mentioned that when they played the Stars, maybe, or I don't know, the Stars. Maybe no, it was the Lightning. Can't come out flat-footed. Can't let this team hang around. You're better than the Bruins. Obviously record-wise, but just team-wise, experience-wise, talent-wise, coaching-wise, certainly seems like you have the upper hand. And I think the Rangers are going to be as equally pumped to try and sweep the regular season series against the Bruins. Can't tell you the last time that has happened, Brian. And to do it in Boston too, would be sick, but yeah, dude, I'm a little worried.
And in the schedule, we talked about it, Florida on Saturday, that's an ABC game, 8:00. That's at home. And then the game I'll be at Tuesday against the Flyers. Again, a difficult opponent. I mean, at Colorado, Arizona, you should be able to beat, but you got to go to that small, intimate arena. You never know what'll happen. And then Pittsburgh, I'm sure, will be hungry, as well as the Devils, the Red Wings. So, I mean, it kind of easens up down the stretch. But nevertheless, these are big games, and you want to win them going into the playoffs.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Looking forward to watching this 7:00. Sam Rosen back in the booth. And projected starters unconfirmed, but Shesterkin and Swayman for this one. So we'll have to see what happens. But a big game tonight in Boston. But it is time for the hockey for.
Oh my gosh. A thirsty Thursday for the record books here tonight around the National Hockey League. I'll keep it short and sweet for game 1 because it's the game we were just talking about in Boston tonight. The Bruins are going to be hosting the Rangers, looking to stay away from the regular season sweep. You mentioned the line. The Rangers, the road dogs, plus 120. The over-under
5.5. Dude, I think Vegas was listening to you when you said Rangers under every game, making it difficult to make that decision. But Brian, what do you got tonight's game?
Well, they're trying to trap people like you to take the over, but I will take the under. I will take the Rangers here. And I think, a physical game, Rempe, maybe a 10-minute major, potentially breaking out. I think defensive hockey game, maybe a scoreless first, but at the end of the day, the Rangers will defeat the Bruins in Boston 3-2, and you will see Mika Zibanejad once again with a goal, the game winner with 35 seconds remaining in regulation.
Absolutely love it there. For the Rangers, and I will be the sucker that takes the over here because I do think both these two teams know what's at stake. We've seen some absolute thrillers against these two teams late in the season, especially when it means a lot. And I think the Rangers being down 2 defensemen will rely on their offense to outscore the Bruins. They're going to have to score over 3 goals to win this game. I believe that for sure. Give me the Rangers winning in overtime 4-3. I will give it to Vinny T in OT, baby. Next game up around the NHL, you have at 7 o'clock as well in Ottawa, the Senators taking on the Blues. Over under, I don't have it up here. I would imagine it's 6.5. I don't know why I went to that first, but Ottawa is minus 130 here. At home, 6.5. 6.5 is the over under. St. Louis plus money on the road. That kind of seems like a weird trap to me, Brian. What do you think?
It does, but I'm going to fall for the trap just like you with the total here. Blues won the first game back in December 14th, 4-2. I think they win this one a little higher scoring this time, but the Blues, the better team, trying to get into the playoffs here. I think they win this one. A Buchnevich hat trick for Josh B. 5-2 in Ottawa.
Yeah, I absolutely love that there. Give me the Blues and the over. I say they win 5-2, same score. Let's go. Very odd that they're plus money, but maybe Vegas knows something we don't. Next
reverse
up
psychology.
here, reverse psychology. Speaking of which, in Detroit, they'll be trying the reverse psychology in the wild card race here as they take on the Islanders. This is two teams with a lot to play for here. Detroit, both teams actually, minus 110 here at Little Caesars Arena. The over-under will be at 6.5. As I mentioned, these teams fighting for a lot. The Islanders on the absolute schneid. I believe a 7-game losing streak right now. Over-under is at 6.5 in Detroit. What will happen, Brian?
Gonna win eventually. Why not be tonight? Red Wings have not played great. 2 wins over Buffalo and Columbus. So I'm gonna say the Isles off the schneid tonight will win this game in Detroit 2-1. The veteran Matt Martin, the game winner in overtime.
Yeah, I know. Such a tough game. It's a tough game to try and treat. The Islanders have been so terrible, but like you said, they will win eventually. But I think it won't be tonight, dude. I'm going to say Detroit here and the under. No, give me Detroit in the over, actually. Both games previously this season have gone over. So give me Detroit winning in regulation. I'll say 5-3. Good for Detroit. Next game, still 7 p.m. Still in the metropolitan area in terms of the team each year. The New Jersey Devils are taking on the Winnipeg Jets in Newark tonight. Jersey even. Winnipeg minus 120 here on the road. Over-under is at 6.5. This team beat the Devils 6-3 back in November. This will be the last time these two teams face each other. The Jets, obviously, 3-game win streak here. Just coming up a decisive good win against the Rangers. The Devils, another decisive good win for them against the Penguins. Can the Devils keep up the winning games here?
The Metropolitan sweep for the Jets. They are going to win this game in New Jersey. Devils are done. They're cooked. That's why we haven't heard from Matthew Ryan. And I think the Jets win this game 5-1. So the Jets and the under.
Wow, dude. I say give me Jets and the over. So much offense going on in this game, I think. And then, of course, Hellebuck going for the Vezina Trophy this season. We'll be doing a good job. Maybe 2 goals given up, but Winnipeg scores 6 up on Jersey. Give me Winnipeg in the over. They win 6-2. Next game up, still 7 p.m. In Carolina, we have the Flyers going in there trying to take on the Hurricanes at the PNC Arena. Over under, I'm sorry. Oh my God, Michael, breaking things here. Hurricanes minus 240 here at home. The Flyers plus 200. Think about that. while you're making your bets. Hurricanes on a 4-game win streak. The Flyers dropping 3 of their last 5. I don't know if you saw the Brendan Dubinsky, former Ranger with Tortorella, former Columbus Blue Jacket with Tortorella, said, hey, tired of Tortorella benching players because he just benched his captain the other night, Sean Couturier. Brendan Dubinsky said, hey, figure it out, Tortorella. Be a better coach. What do you think about that?
Controversy swirling just in time for the game against the Rangers on Tuesday. Hurricanes, far better team here. Good story for the Flyers, but maybe towards, kind of the patience in the organization running thin. Who knows? Things could go sideways quick. Nevertheless, Carolina, far better. So I'm going my, 4th out of 5 unders to start.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Hurricanes win this one 5-1.
So you own Canes in the under?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, give me, I understand like every game so far has gone under for these two teams, but give me Canes and the over. Go another over here. I just think total dumpster fire over there for Philly.
Torts maybe can't.
Honestly, maybe, dude. It's never good when players are coming out against you. You're benching your captain, healthy scratch. That's crazy. Carolina taking advantage. Maybe Hurricanes winning this game. I'll say, I don't know, 5-2, let's say. Next game up still, 7:30 time slot now in Florida as the Panthers taking on the Predators. Battle of the Cats here at the Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida. Minus 175 is Florida. That's right. Over under in Florida is going to be 6.5. What do you think is going to happen here to Florida as they look to sweep the Preds this season?
Preds have won 3 in a row. Florida dropping the last 2. Perfect time to get the Predators here because I think they're due for a loss. Panthers due for a win. Been so strong all season. I know a couple weak games recently, but Reinhart, the Josh B. Hattie, and the Panthers 5-3 over Nashville.
So tough, dude. I mean, the Preds have been absolutely on fire,
but
dude.
San Jose, Seattle, Winnipeg is good, obviously, but then they just beat Columbus, too, lost to Minnesota. Come on, Tony.
I mean, they went on absolute terrorist trade line. I don't know. They went on like a 7-game win streak, beating a lot of good teams. The Preds, Panthers also haven't played in like 4 days. Kind of weird that that's a fact. I guess the 4-day reset. Give me the Panthers and the under. Tight goaltending, tight game. Panthers win this one 3-2. Next game up, Michael just wants to knock into every single light in the studio today. We're going to be in Edmonton, 9 p.m. as they take on the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo sauce, Michael. Sweet Baby Ray's Buffalo sauce here in Edmonton. The Oilers minus 225 here. Obviously the favorites. Obviously the better team on paper. Over under 6.5. Sabres coming off a loss against Vancouver. Oilers come up a win against Montreal. What do you think is going to happen here?
Sabres have gotten better as the season's progressed, but not good enough to beat Edmonton in Edmonton. I know last time, it went under. This time it's going over, well over, as Edmonton will shellac the Sabres 9-3 with another Zach Hyman hat trick.
Wow, dude.
To get him closer and closer to the 50-goal mark.
I know, so tough. Haven't picked Buffalo in a while. They're also a team playing for something. Edmonton, I don't know, man. Maybe could be caught sweeping here. Give me Sabres and the under. Sabres and the under. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. 6th shutout of the season. Sabres win this one 2-0, dude. Let's freaking go, Josh B. Next game, 10 o'clock. In Vancouver, they take on the Canadiens, the Battle of Canada over there, the Rogers Arena, Vancouver. Obvious favorites, minus 280. Over under is set at 6.5. Brian, look at these two teams, how they face each other so far this season. Just one other game, Canucks win 5-2. Of course, we know the Canadiens are coming off a loss against Edmonton, one of their own. What do you think here? Canadiens about to get swept by their own country if they lose to the Canucks.
And they will. Canucks will win this one. A Brock Bozer 3-point performance, 3-1. So the Canucks and the under.
Keep it short and sweet. Love it. Canucks scoring a lot. Montreal scoring nothing. Maybe 4-1. Let's say
nothing is one.
Nothing is one here. Own goal doesn't matter. Who cares, dude? 10 p.m. now. Next game in Anaheim. Take on the Chicago Blackhawks here. Anaheim, obviously favorites, but tight favorites here. Minus 125. Your over-under will be set at 6.5. Kind of surprising there. The Ducks are on a 5-game losing streak. Got shut out by Minnesota. And, of course, the Blackhawks suck. We know lost to the Kings most recently. What do you think here?
This is a great matchup for Chicago. And I think Bedard will have 5 points, a 2-goal, 3-assist night as Chicago will hammer the Ducks here 7-3 in Anaheim.
Wow. So Blackhawks and the over. That's tough, dude. I'm gonna go Ducks. Okay. I think that they're bound to bounce back. Give me Ducks and the under. They win. I don't know, 3-2, dude. I hate that game. Doesn't matter. Next game up at 10:30. Vegas, Golden Knights taking on the Kraken, T-Mobile Arena, Vegas, minus 185. Your over-under is going to be put at 5.5, excuse me there. Kind of crazy. Kraken down in the regular season series to Vegas, 2-1, fourth and final game here. Kraken on the schneid, losing to Vegas even earlier this month, 5-4 in OT, hitting the over there. What do you think's going to happen there, Brian?
Yeah, not in love with Vegas at all. But I just think when they play like pretty weak teams, and I think the Kraken fall into that category, all the losing that they've been doing recently, I think Vegas will win a defensive hockey game here 3-1.
I do love Vegas here. Oh, man, so tough. 2 of the games going under, 1 of the games going over here. I really think the Knights, Thompson, Hill, whoever is going to be starting there, due for the shutout. Give me Knights winning 3-0. Knights in the under as well. Final game, 10:30. San Jose, the Sharks at home taking on the Lightning. San Jose plus 300 in their own arena, dude. That has been updated since the 90s, by the way. Over under 6.5. The Lightning, 4-game win streak. The Sharks not even looking a win in the eye recently. Lightning shut out the Sharks 6-0 way back in October, by the way. Second and final time these two teams will be playing. We know the Lightning are hot. What do you think?
Lightning continue their winning streak here, blowing out the Sharks in San Jose.
Wow.
Cucci with the hat trick. I'm going to say 7-1.
Couldn't agree more. Last of the Lightning's 5 games all went on the over. Sharks, I guess 3 out of 5 went on the over. So give me Lightning and the over. Doesn't even matter the score. I'll say 6-1. And that, dude,
is your hockey frenzy. So a loaded slate tonight.
Loaded.
We got March Madness. We got the golf as Justin Thomas teeing off on number 4 here. So yeah, I mean, it's just an exciting time. A couple comments did trickle in. Josh B, the Rangers. Michael also a while ago said, "Don't get me started on Kev Dew with the gaming," which I thought was kind of hilarious. Your mother misses you, and Josh B is riled for the frenzy. That is what it's all about.
Oh man, I'm out of breath of those.
Who's ready for some March Madness though?
I'm pumped, dude. I can't wait. It's my favorite time of the year. It's so sick because it brings me from like the end of the regular season NBA to playoff NBA. By the time March Madness is kind of over, you start shaping the playoffs.
Yeah.
For me, as a huge basketball fan, this is sick.
Yeah, it really is. Basketball all over the place. And
wow.
It's nice. Tony has about 32 minutes to get in.
Yeah, I will right after this.
Josh
I'm
B, I'm sure he probably already texted you, want you in there, right? Or
in the actually no, he doesn't.
Well,
text
I guess
me.
in the Discord he was saying everybody joined. So more or less, informal or not, right, Tony?
Yeah, I guess so. Here we go, Josh B. I mean, his name means specifically, just in general. Hey, we just need bodies here. Anyone and anyone doesn't really matter.
Are you gonna pick
Filling
UConn?
It out, dude? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go somewhere. I mean, I'm hot on UConn. Like I'm down with that. Join the group here. Put your email in. But I will be, changing some of the picks that I thought, would have went.
You were a little tight. Are you gonna go with Wagner?
No, I think Wagner being Carolina is kind of crazy. But there was other games. I was like, I don't know. I forget which ones. I'm sure looking at it, I'll remember. But
yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm pretty stoked actually to have this a bracket of my own.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, games on all day, all night. And we'll do a recap tomorrow. And I'm sure, as always with the tournament, there will be a lot of surprises. And speaking of a surprise, Mackenzie Hughes now tied with Keith Mitchell at the top of the Valspar Championship here. both 5 under. Hughes through 10, Mitchell through 9, Adam Svensson still up there at 4 under through 10. Sam Ryder and Sam Burns, also Brennan Todd, all 3 under. They're through 13, 12, and 10 holes, respectively. Justin Subb, Bud Colley, Davis Riley, Sepp Straka, Cam Young, Cemus Power, Aaron Badley, Roger Sloan, Chris Gotterup, and Tom Whitney, Tony, all at 2 under. So packed leaderboard at the top. Obviously, some big names teeing off later, like Keegan Bradley.
Yes.
So we'll have to see what happens. We will, recap this tomorrow as well. But as we said, such an exciting time, the spring training, opening day next week. Let's go Rangers. Everybody's riled, of course. But once again, here we are in another great show.
Great Thursday.
Great having Domac back.
Of course.
Great having the chat and Michael here.
Yeah.
And again, like I said at the beginning of the episode, anybody who didn't catch Gaming Corner last night, an all-time classic.
It
Tony.
really was, dude.
So definitely check that out, as well as all of the archives on the YouTube page. Tony, Malgo, Renee, and Jay in costume merch, downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees and Rangers.
Let's go Mets and Rangers.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.